We are well aware of the dangers from certain poisons, such as ricin, where ingesting just 3 milligrams can kill you, or polonium, which requires just 1 gram of vaporized substance to wipe out an astonishing 50 million people. But did you know that 70 cups of coffee contain enough caffeine to literally kill you? So, for the people only drinking 69 coffees a day, don't worry. You're safe. Are you more of an alcohol person? You might want to know that 13 consecutive shots could be enough to kill you. As a depressant, alcohol affects the area in the brain controlling basic life functions that can lead to a shutdown in breathing and heart rate. Too much liquid in general can actually be dangerous, though it takes a lot. You would not think that you could ever drink enough water, but that's not true. Water intoxication from around 6 liters causes brain cells to swell and could lead to headaches, seizures, comas, and even death in extreme cases. But hey, don't stop drinking water now, because if you stop, your cells will start to shrink, leading to hypernatremia. If you have a weird obsession for your favorite seasoning, be aware that eating 48 teaspoons of this at once is enough to trigger the same reaction, leading to seizures, coma, or even death. So maybe don't do that. If you're sticking your head underwater or simply holding your breath for more than 4 minutes, that could be enough time without oxygen to cause severe brain injury. And by the 6-minute mark, you could die. However, in extreme cases, some free divers have managed to hold their breath for over 20 minutes. And yeah, that's pretty insane. Cherries can also kill you, and yeah, you heard right. If you ever swallowed a cherry pit, you shouldn't worry too much. As long as you don't bite into it, as little as 1 or 2 cherry pits contains enough cyanide to take you down. The cyanide ions inhibit the enzyme cytochrome C oxidase, preventing your cells from using oxygen. So, don't eat them. Speaking of dying from lack of oxygen, at around 8,000 feet above sea level, our bodies can no longer acclimatize to limited oxygen, a phenomenon known as the death zone in mountaineering. Even being too tall can kill you, as Robert Pershing Wadlow, who at 8'11" experienced severe stress on his circulatory system and bones, leading to his untimely death at 22. So for all the short king out there, you're safe. All the pet owners know that you should not give your pet chocolate, but what you didn't know, that the same chemical, theobromine, can kill us too. While it's toxic to pets, our bodies metabolize it more efficiently. Ingesting 1,000 milligrams per kilogram of theobromine is lethal to humans, equivalent to consuming 85 full-size chocolate bars at once. So next time you eat chocolate, stick to no more than 80 bars so you know you are on the safe side. Eating 22 kilograms of marijuana may pose a risk of death, while smoking requires an absurdly high amount, approximately 680 kilograms within 15 minutes, for it to be a lethal response. This explains why there has never been a documented death directly linked to consuming too much marijuana. Blasting music at the highest volume while you do some weird dancing alone in your room might be fun, just don't go above 185 decibels. The amount of air pressure from such volume could burst your lungs or create an embolism that travels to your heart. You might also get some grumpy neighbors. That might burn down your house or something. We all like to spice up our meals, but did you know that around 130 teaspoons of pepper all at once can kill you? But maybe more concerning is that too much sugar is also lethal. If you are around 150 pounds, 10.5 cups of sugar at once is enough to kill you. That much sugar will also develop some serious cavities. But hey, don't go eating toothpaste just because of that. Fluoride is very safe in small doses, but maybe don't eat 24 tubes with 170 milliliters at once, as that is enough to kill you. As we have all learned, you should always eat your fruits and veggies, but eating enough oranges, and you might overdose on vitamin C. So, when you're having your lunch break, you might want to stay away from the 11,000 oranges you plan to eat, as this would reach the overdose limit. The same goes with the vitamin supplements, as 809 pills would also kill you. Running fast will warm you up, but be aware that when the internal temperatures exceed 40 degrees, Celsius heat stroke will kick in and it could potentially kill you. although sweating can help you cool down. But if an extreme heat dehydration sets in, it will cause less blood flow to vital organs such as the kidneys and the brain. As a result, they begin to shut off. This will lead to the intestines breaking down and releasing harmful bacteria into the bloodstream. That doesn't sound so nice, does it? Of course, you could always cool your internal temperature down, but too much below 21 degrees Celsius, and your body enters a dangerous phase of hypothermia, which causes veins to constrict and blood flow to decrease. Your body will focus all the warmth on internal organs until they begin to fail too. And if you're in this scenario yourself, and you want to have your organs checked, try to avoid getting 7,148 abdominal x-rays back-to-back, as this is enough radiation to kill you. If you were to hide from a nuclear blast, you should be careful of eating too many of the green potatoes you might have in your bunker. The green color that appears on the skin is actually chlorophyll, which in itself isn't toxic but indicates the presence of the toxin solanine. You might feel a little sick after eating one, and that might be a good tip to stop eating them. But if you are stupid and eat 25 of these medium-sized green potatoes, you might die. What's good for our own health in small doses can sometimes be very lethal in big doses, like potassium. Potassium ions are essential for nerve impulses and muscle contractions, but don't worry. For you to reach the lethal amount, you would need to eat 480 bananas. Your stomach would burst long before you reach that. If you're thinking of removing those wrinkles that has appeared, here's something to think about. A mere 68 nanograms of Botox can literally be game over for you. Yep, you heard that right. It's botulinum toxin, the Botox after all. Now, before you start panicking, don't worry. When you opt for those cosmetic injections, they use just a teeny tiny fraction of that lethal dose. This little amount is just enough to put your nerves on pause and give your muscles a little vacation from their usual activities. While our bodies are surprisingly good at handling high speeds, we're not exactly champions when it comes to sudden acceleration. Our planet gracefully zips through space at 1,600 kilometers per hour as it orbits the sun, and you hardly notice a thing. But if Earth were to suddenly hit the gas pedal and accelerate to an even faster speed, well, that's when the real danger begins. At an astonishing 14 Gs of lateral acceleration, your organs would resemble a high-speed train about to derail from their accustomed tracks and smash into a wall. So, while we can handle cruising through space at a constant speed, our bodies prefer not to be launched into a high-speed roller coaster ride of acceleration. So if I were to give you one tip, it would be not to eat 11,000 oranges or 480 bananas for lunch. And not to forget, don't drink 70 cups of coffees or 13 shots of your favorite alcohol. If you suddenly needed to change your lunch plan for the day, please let me know down in the comments below, as I would love to hear your new plan. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.